What is this? I only listen to classical music, James. Can't you tell? I'm so sophisticated.
Oh, excuse
I actually
me.
do. I actually
Actually,
like classical music.
I woke up this morning.
It's very good.
And of course, I went straight to the internet because that's what you do when you wake up, right? And there was a chap playing piano. There is a category on Twitch now called music, and he was playing.
Oh, really? That's cool.
He was going.
That's great.
Nuts.
I love that.
Apparently, he was just going all in for 8 hours playing the piano. On
That's sick.
There were about 20,000 people watching. What was amazing was
he Korean?
He did the boss battles. No, he wasn't. He was a white dude.
Excellent.
But he was. I have no idea where he was from because he didn't have a microphone. But
Deadmau5 was actually playing a gig and he was recording everything with a terrible microphone.
Forget Deadmau5, all right? This guy was playing classical piano. He played the boss battle theme from Final Fantasy VII on the piano. It was amazing. But pistol time, people. dAt versus Titan. Titan won game up in this best of 3. Bondik having a teammate flash in for him, maybe.
That's a really good smoke now. Spotted the rush coming in. In go the grenades of Titan. However, that have already started to work out what's going on. Although, that said, their rotation could be a little bit quicker here. However, it won't matter because Blade is ripping them to shreds with the USP, or the P2000 rather, as Apex and Existence now struggle to recover the situation, but Apex is on fire, spraying away the Glock. Bondik will be able to trade onto him, allowing Existence into a 1-on-3, which is certainly going to be very, very tasking.
One nerdy thing to note about... I've never seen a person fall on top of a cinder block like that before. But
breeze block.
One important thing to... Well, not important, but interesting nerdy thing to note is that Existence has a preference for silenced M4s, even on the T side, on maps such as Cache. So if you just pay attention, you will note that when
He's always been like that as well, yeah.
When he has an opportunity, he will pick one up. So just a little thing to focus on
as we
go through this match.
It actually makes a lot of sense for post plant because that's a spot where the CTs don't know the positions of the Ts typically, and you can actually confuse them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I mean, there's other applications obviously, but regardless, we of course from winning that round so flawlessly and not even allowing the bomb to go down, we got some not pistol armor but pistol full investment on the nades. Well, two players have armor as well.
It's really interesting. Blade's position early on in that round, he was basically... I went a bit too far up there. Sorry about that. Just imagine it being like this. He went a bit too... It looks like a bicycle water bottle now. All we need is a straw here. But he went a bit too far. I went to... Oh, never mind. basically, Blade was loitering in this area just in case. He was trying to be flexible for his team, but the push is coming in towards Vent from Apex.
And there's Famas all around here. And looks like it's going to go pretty well, but wait a second, there is this thing. It's called a Tech 9. And Blade going to drop in, Ninja style just on top of Apex, snaps his neck with the FAMAS. And then we've got Existence with 17 health left over, and he's very sad on the site. There, that bomb. It's so far away. So far away. So close, but so far. And he's going to go down. So that team with a good start on Cache. Titan previously in their heyday before... Before the vacation.
Before Kukli.
Before Kukli vacated the team.
Yep.
They were a really, really great Cache team. A very good Cache team. And it was largely on the merit of their CT side, but not that just that. Kenny S is probably one of the best AWPers, if not the best AWPer, at opening up rounds from the T side. And not just by walking out and trying to quick draw people with the AWP and just like shoot them really fast. No. He actually has a lot of setups that I've seen him use with smokes and stuff, like where you can like use spot pixels and like look over certain spots where he's you know, hiding in the smoke. He's kind of visible. He's kind of not visible, and they are kind of visible and stuff like this. So he's a very smart player on the AWP, of course, not just a fast and accurate one. So either way, 2-0 is the score right now as Titan look for their option on their full save. Right now it's looking like a very delayed over-the-top push. Perhaps they are counting on that team getting quite close with a player to get a drop on somebody here. But they have a great position on Simple here with that FAMAS. What are they going to open up onto Maniac? And Simple definitely doing a good job there by the Vents, doing exactly what he needs to do. But the Glock is close to the AWPer, and Apex is going to grab that one. In comes Blade around the corner, though, jumping spray on the FAMAS, and he's going to reclaim that AWP there for dAt to pick up right now. And here it is. This is where stuff gets fun.
Okay, it's game time. So Titan not being completely dependent on AWPs here, going straight for 4 AKs. Didn't have the cash for the AWPs, but we'll see if they needed it or not. The Galil going to be rocked by RPK. Do we know what RPK stands for?
Really pungent.
Pungent? Wow, that's a good start.
Something, I don't know. Alright. Nice movement there from dAt. And this is something that it's really it's very good to see. I love seeing that, these little plays for information where you can get some, maybe even picks from the CT side of things. You make the play safe by flashing your teammate in. In the meantime, we've got pressure on the B side of things. Maniac often actually is the kind of the lurker and the B storage player for Titan. You can see that he's doing a great job here, showing his experience in that position, in that role. Able to get a quick frag and equalize the situation, which is going to spread the defense a little bit. But luckily, well done, it's on the case, and Middle does take down Apex before the smoke goes down, and he's able to get out of there. So
he's just making sure there's no flank through middle, so his teammates on B can just hold from the site. All they have to worry about is the vent area. Although, yeah, I think Markloff is holding an angle for a crossfire. Indeed he is. You can see him just adjusting his position now. See who he finds first. RPK is going to be the first one. That's going to be the bomb. That's going to allow the rotation from the CTs. Bondik, though, hasn't moved from the A site yet. He's just standing there. Yeah, here he comes. Distance. Last one standing versus 4. He's evening the odds out a little bit.
And 2
However, he has 15 seconds on the clock.
This might be doable. They are very, very low, in fact. If he gets the bomb and gets behind the crates, and there's another frag. That's so fast there from Existence, turning around with rapid speed. He was able to actually get a kill, but of course Bondik just hiding, using the time to his advantage, is going to win the round. And Existence a little bit too slow there to make the call. And it was a great attempt, though. That's a lot of money out of the hands of that team. That's actually very crucial. We've seen games turned around by a player in the last, in his throes of death, able to take down multiple players before finally actually dying. And there's 2 ops now on that team, so they're going to run the double op setup that initially Titan were really the ones to popularize on this map. Again, pre-vacation.
Unlike Simple to miss those kind of shots, but can't get 100% all the time.
Look at that rotation. That's a really fast rotation. 3 players on the B angle straight away. That is, I wouldn't say worrying, but they have to be careful of rotating so fast here. But
yeah, but they may be expecting the eco rush here. However, Titan may use that in future should they need another eco for a fake. We'll have to see how the plan between these 2 teams develops. And Apex, I do wonder if Existence is just putting him in the forward position because he is absolutely on fire right now.
Apex is kind of reminding me of Kyoshima, actually, a little bit. Like, just how amazing he is with the run and gun, how confident he is in making entries for the team. Either way, it's RPK left with 19 health. And the breeze would be enough to finish him off. And there it is. 5-0 there for that team as they have
like a Cactar from Final Fantasy in that position.
Alright, that's great, thanks. So it's looking pretty good here right now for that team, who are going to be able to keep the double ops going if they really want to. And, what are you doing, James? You're monitoring the egg timer.
Alright, finish the sentences, buddy.
Alright, so Kenny S up on the AWP. Is he going to get a timing here? Looks like he's not going to go for the timing for the white box. That is a great smoke to throw. That's going to allow, even if his teammates aren't actually moving through the door, you can see how it allows it to counter the fact that the deep CT smoke stops you from actually pushing through. So now the CTs can't actually shoot you even if you run through their smoke, which is the idea behind that smoke from Kenny S. A good play from there, but Simple is lurking with the AWP, so you've got to be careful about that. He's forced to rotate now. The mid presence is won by Titan.
Titan, though, still no rounds on the board for them, despite all this mid control. Kenny S doesn't get that frag. 4 versus 4 at the moment. Simple is heavily tagged. However, you can see him here. He does have the AWP, and that's what counts at the end of the day. Markloff is losing the numbers game here and loses the duel with Existence as well. That's going to be the B-bomb site in control of the Titan side. Bomb going to go down in the safe plant, so they may be able to defend this from the first checkers opening towards T-spawn. We'll have to see. Not sure if that will go for this. Indeed, they will not. They'll pass on it. One-man disadvantage again in such a retake position as well, where you're expecting trade frag. It's going to be really hard for Simple to do work. He's going to close the door on his teammate as well. That's just rude. Let's have a look at the kills and the cash. So you can see Bondik currently 9-0. But it will be the first round on the board for Titan. 4 players surviving as well, so that's going to be great for their economy. Don't think they're going to be anywhere near an AWP just yet. A second one, that is. Although, I don't think they're going to be looking to employ that. Should they get the opportunity on the T side again? We have seen yesterday that Existence is definitely capable of rolling with that. I think if they had 2 ops on the T side, and there's lots of smokes from that, I think it would just be a waste.
You can. I actually honestly believe on this map you can actually find ways to make that style work. Of course, it requires a lot of it requires your 3 teammates to be supporting you. Basically, they have to be able to push certain positions to complement your AWPing and nade with you. They're taking middle right now. This is great stuff. I love these wall of smokes that Titan use so much on middle right now. Mayor going to get another pick towards the B area, which is great work from him as usual, as is expected from his role. Bondic able to pick up the frag on Apex as his team does try to traverse across towards the vents here. So Kenny S needs to get more cover going, misses the shot, and that's a really big missed opportunity there. That would have really been horrible for dAt to go down to 2 players in this situation, but they are going to keep the options alive. And you can see that it gives Bondic the ability to actually check middle here, which is a very key ability to make sure that you can understand what's happening in the round and try to set up before it hits you. And we can see that right now Titan are moving through middle as well. They have a player in A main, and it's simple to get the frag as well. Kenny S not quite quick enough on the angle, and that's going to leave the 2 players, Maniac and RPK, to make their way up alone. And Simple, after spotting that player in A main, he knows what's up, and RPK with an excellent headshot from range. Bondic goes down bottom, Maniac as well. Another good play, but in comes Markelov from the back, able to take down RPK. Bomb still on Maniac though, so with the 20 seconds he's got left to play with, he should definitely be able to get this bomb planted. But he is playing with fire right now. He's I think Markov knows he would have to have been running to actually make it in time. So Markov reading the situation correctly right now, going for the peak.
5 seconds.
Got to go for the frag. Here it comes. Markov, can he get the kill? He will. Maniac goes down. 12 health left on Markov as he is going to win the round for that team. An important, a crucial one.
Very nice frag onto Kenny S there. Potentially well, I wouldn't say a round-winning frag, but if Kenny S gets that frag, then it could be definitely round winning. You can see Kenny S went for the crouch peek there with the AWP, but obviously he needs to cancel his movement before he can get an accurate shot onto Simple, which gives Simple the slight edge he needs to take that frag from his prone position. So 6-1 in favor of that. And I feel like if a team were to go double AWP on the T side, I don't think Existence is the right type of AWPer for that kind of thing. If you were going, say, World Edits and Simple, I think it would be more doable than Kenny S and Existence, with 2 more dedicated AWPers as opposed to the in-game leader, the fearless leader, the Maestro. 4 versus 4, however, as Maniac and Blade are down for their respective teams. Control of mid again for Titan. We'll see if they go to pinch A, as we do have RPK now going towards the door area of A. It's only going to be Bondic, one of the more solid defenders of that team. Not going to get the frag on that occasion. That flashbang going to be seen and avoided.
It's going to be important right now for Markov to be able to make this frag if he wants to make the retake possible. Does get it onto Existence. Now they can have a 2-pronged attack from short and from the car. However, RPK going to be deflecting that assault from World Edit, and that's going to help out massively. Great stuff from him. Now it's on Apex, but we know what he's capable of in this 1-on-2. However, the bomb is actually still down here, so big work to be done. 20 seconds left. We're seeing a lot of rounds go like this, and 4 health left on Apex. Looking for the head, won't find it. Simple will take the round there for his team, his new team, dAt.
That was a really nice attempt there from Apex. You saw he was in a trade frag situation. He went for an aggressive peek into the mid area to try and get a fast frag on the player there before the car player could peek. He's basing that on the timing of the car assailant, re-peeking him, peeking and re-peeking. Didn't go his way though, but the idea was there.
That's good to know that there was an idea behind it all.
Absolutely.
All right, so pistols again for Titan. Deagle on Apex.
No AWPs on any side.
The Deagle is actually, I would wager this is usable these days compared to some of the past iterations, and there have been many.
Yeah, we've seen Woodozia doing work with the Deagle recently, always buying it on those eco rounds.
It is very expensive though, that's the only thing about it. Is obviously you have to be able to afford it, but as long as it doesn't cut into your future buys, it's okay. Well, in this round, it's mostly the objective is just to get some kills on the board right now from Titan, and just to try and get some money out the hands of their opponents. You can see how much impact that would be, because they don't have any money to rebuy with really. So if they were able to just take down a couple weapons, that would be really big in this round for Titan. They did put out a spread there, tried to find some picks, but it's not really working with these pistols. That team reading the situation well and not allowing Titan to do what they really need to do in a round like this.
You could see Maniac was in a very passive position, just looking for aggression from that team as they try to close the net on these two remaining players, and that positioning could have given him a chance to at least plant the bomb. However, that team playing very passively indeed. Simple just getting an image of Maniac there. Will re-peek to finish the job. And again, that is Simple rolling with a Cyrex that we may give away after this match.
Finish the job.
8-1. So there are a number of rounds remaining. Again, while this looks pretty bad for Titan at the moment, and this is fairly solid for that team, this could finish 8-7. Could finish 10-5. Could finish 14-1. I have to wait and see.
That is the most incredible insight I've ever heard of my entire life.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
See you on LAN.
See you at LAN. Why are you saying see you at LAN? I don't understand.
It was a joke,
You trying to say you're going to fight me?
It was a joke.
You can't take me.
I'm not even having
I know
that
Kung Fu.
conversation. I'm not even having that conversation.
Well, why not? Well, it does look to be a good defense here on the A side here for that team regardless. However, Titan not taking their fastest approach ever. Now they're moving in. That's a nice catch by Maniac there on the boost position. Simple trying to get the flank in. Good work here into the site. RPK gets 2 entries. Those are crucial right there. And what it is working back on top of this team. But the problem is that there's still 4 players left. And now it's well, Apex able to finish off the last 2. And he's been really fragging like a complete beast in recent times. This guy is really coming into his own lately. He is starting to remind me a little bit of Kyoshima. Just kind of opening up rounds in a similar fashion, actually, as Kyoshima does tend to.
Indeed, and I think this new roster may give him an opportunity to shine, because obviously where you had a double AWPs in when Kukli was around, you know that's very flashy and it takes all the attention. However, times have changed and now Apex is stepping up to the plate.
Oh, this could be really nice now if they have a player below the boost. If his teammate flashes him in, oh, but he's not going to be able to get anything there. But, well, I guess Michael got 1 frag, but still. If there was a timely flash there, it could be really nice. Either way, Titan going to take dominant control of the middle area of the map, and this is going to afford them every option that they possibly want. Even smoking off connector there. What are they looking for? A slimmest of shots right here. Oh, and he gets it too onto Apex. So accurate, so fast. And now retiring to the truck position. A nice one for the AWP here. As Markov also has a good position here. He can hear everything he needs to hear. He's pretty safe. He can't get backstabbed. He's going to probably hear this soon enough. I think he's already heard it. He's going to go in for the peak. Does take a quick frag. And now he's got his teammate to rotate in. And things look actually quite good here for that. Well played to Markov. Already with 2 frags this round. Gets the bomber down as well. And RPK has to cross. But well done, it's on the case. Goes in for the kill, gets him.
Oh dear.
1-on-1 now. Markov is quite low. 35 health. He does get the spray down. Markov with a great round. 4 kills.
Oh, he's missed the AWP. He didn't see it on the floor. And what difference is that going to make? Look at their economy. They can't afford the AWP. The AWP won them the round almost at that time. That could be massive.
Markov won them the round, please.
Well edit. The timing.
Markov.
The timing there.
Yes.
He just looked away to see where the corner was to run over to it, and that split-second turnaround.
But at least he didn't drop his AK
his
in the process, because that's happened to me. You just drop everything.
Yeah, when you press E too many times, and it's like, okay, you have no gun for you.
Pretty much. Alright, so Maniac's going to go for his usual aggressions here. This is why holding vent room can be so important, because if you let a player get into this position and you don't have a good way to counter it, which is, I guess, Simple is pretty much directly counter-stratting that little push there. So that's a very effective way to play that. So
it's almost like he's inviting them to go there, and he's holding the angle they're not expecting. They're expecting an engagement onto the bomb site as opposed to an acute angle above them.
And the thing is that they know that Maniac does like to go for the push on the vents. And a lot of the B storage dedicated players do try to do that because you can get so much pressure onto the site by doing it. So it's a good position to take. And, well, in the meanwhile, we're going to have the entries coming very quickly here. 3 in a row there, 2 for RPK as they take over the A bomb site. However, it's only 1 man in the advantage. Make that 2 now as Markov is left standing alone. He had a great round previously, but he was able to use cover efficiently to do that. And he had a distraction on his, his teammate was serving as a good distraction.
Look at this hunt here.
This time it's going to be different. The bomb taking away Markov with no real hope and finding a way to defuse it in time. All he can really do is hope to survive. Giving away his position there is RPK with the jumping, but Now they know where Markov is as well.
Got to be careful though, because Kenny has only 14 HP. Markolov, is he going to run towards the site? Oh, going to get shot in the head through the wall from Kenny S. Now, I do wonder about the strategy we saw on the A site there, because Bondik spotted a player jump through the smoke onto the boost spot just on his own, and then took up an angle. I think there was a player here taking up an angle to shoot him. And in the meantime, RPK opened up the door, shot him, turned onto the site, and shot the second player as well. So I don't know if he was just trying to be sneaky. I think that's probably the case, as opposed to being a bait for someone opening the door. Makes more sense, really. But
so Titan, they really need to get 3 more rounds here to be very comfortable. If they get stuck on 4, let's say, then that's going to be hard to fight back from, especially when you don't know what is going to happen on the pistol. So Titan really need every last round here to feel good, to feel secure, especially if they lose the pistol. So that's going to be their aim, of course. But there are some nice weapons here in the hands of that team, namely Simple with the Deagle, the hand cannon, the Magnum. So far, so good.
We have a push coming out onto the A site. That's going to be a clearance. Again, it is an eco, so this is somewhat expected. 2 players remaining for that team, and now 2 players remaining for Titan. Well, they're doing fantastic work with that P250. 1 versus 2 now. Titan are in control of the bomb. You can see there is the bomb carrier Maniac just loitering in A main at the moment as Existence. I'm not sure if he was going for the flank or going to try and clear the B bomb site. I think the former is more realistic, as it still would have been quite the rotation for the bomb to get there on its own. And if it fell on the way, then that would probably be the round. So that loses the eco, but massive damage done to the economy of the T side.
Well, I mean, like that. The thing with that though is that they're spiraling now into. They're on that slippery slope where they can never feel the goodbye. Unfortunately for Titan, they can't abuse this very much because there's only 2 rounds left in this half. However, it does put them in great stead to actually take that 9-6. So they have to make sure that they don't give up anything stupid at the moment. Good mid presence initially on the round from dAt, kind of almost giving up any forward positions on B. In fact, just have 1 man in the vent room, and that's about it for B. The rest of the players relying on that very good response time and good options for finding out what's going on by having middle control. And they know that Titan loves to take middle. You can even see them right now gearing up for a delayed middle take. There goes the Molotov into the vents, which is a clear indicator that they want to try to push over the top here. They don't have to worry about that angle. So you can even quickly checking it just to be safe. But that have Simple on the ground, not for long. Kenny S with a nice step and shot. And that's going to definitely make their lives a little bit easier now as that team fall out of middle. Allow the French side to take it. And once again, Kenny is coming in with good shots to make this happen. RPK now with a nice entry onto the site there. And things look great here for Titan. They have executed a very good mid push. Once again, I think they are doing a good job generally winning middle. Although that said, they have won many rounds, so...
Yeah, but let's have a look at the C2 money after this. Wow, look at that. $150 across 5 players. I think we're looking at a 9-6 half here. Titan not losing a single player, and the hunt is indeed on. But they're coming from Markolov's left. They may come from the right at the same time. Question is he going to be able to snap over to the left if they breach us? I think he may have heard a sound on the site there from that little hop down from Apex. There's a pop flash, but he sees it in time. Doesn't get the frag, however. So it will be a completely clean round from Titan as we go into the final round of the first half. So that leading strongly for a while, but once their money started to get into that kind of red warning territory, Titan made a solid comeback.
And well, it's pistol time very shortly. And, you know, that team, if they're able to actually take that, they can be fine in losing this round. They could have a very good shot winning the match here as they just go to their deaths. One would expect that as Maniac does get challenged there. Nice little Molotov there to try to flush out Markolov. Does actually work out. And they have a nice little advantage here going for them, not just in weapons and pretty much everything, but also the count of men left alive on their respective side here. Well, they're in a very sneaky position here in middle. This could be very glamorous if he's able to actually meet one of these T's here as they pop out of the main area. Kenny S, however, I've got a feeling he's not going to pop out of there without some kind of support, especially not a scoped AWP in his hands. Look how passive Titan are being at the moment. They're just trying to make sure that nothing weird happens. Because this is one of those rounds where it's possible to lose it, of course.
Yeah, but
They cannot afford to.
They are making the right decision, unbeknownst to them, and going to the B site. dAt is tired of waiting and is going to try and go for the information play. So he's heading towards T-spawn. He's just looking for a potential flank. See if anybody is loitering, maybe looking for a boost in the mid area. But it is indeed going to be B. Can he get the first frag? Misses the first shot. Takes down KennyS in the end, though. That's going to be 3 versus 3. Picks up a rifle as well. That's going to be a little bit of his assistance. But needs to wait for his teammates to rotate. Let's have a look and see where Blade is. He is behind the smoke. Apex trying to go for a post-plant position. However, he's going to be straight into a bear's hands. That bear is Blade, and now he has an AK. So 2 rifles and 3 players versus 2 remaining players for Titan. That's going to be RPK down. Only existence remains versus 3. Insurmountable numbers, and that's going to be a nice 10-5 for that team.
Very, very well done. In fact, I can't believe that they actually managed to pull it off in the end. Really, really good half from them. That's the half that you want, the half that you expect, and of course, it's we're going to throw it into the dynamic that is so prevalent on Nuke, with the reason why people don't want to ever pick it in best of ones, and that is because it's so CT dominant that
because Nuke.
If you do start on the second side as the CTs, and you've already been through the hellish nightmare that it can be to play the opposite side, the Ts, then you maybe have like a margin of error of like 1 or 2 rounds potentially. So whereas if you start out at CTs, you don't yet know what margin of error you have, so you can play with much more comfort.
Long term, do you think that
Yes.
Nuke is a map that Valve will update?
Update in what way?
Balance.
Balance in what way?
Balance in a way that makes it more viable for the terrorist side.
So it's basically to make it less CT-sided. That's what you're saying. Okay. I don't know. I mean, it really depends on them. I mean, the point. I mean, you just have to like look at what makes it CT-sided, and then look at how it would actually change, how they could possibly change that. I think the main reason it's so CT-sided is because of the nature of the upper and lower bomb sites, and also the choke points of the map. For example, obviously it's so easy on that map and to actually get from one side to another. Like you can very quickly rotate. Like this, the teams that are able to like rotate, or rather read the map the quickest and the best. For example, this was brought up at MLG. dAt are really good at this on the CT sides. Actually, if you want to watch how to like do good rotations as a CT side, you should go watch some of the recent dAt Nuke demos. The new dAt team as well. As soon as they get information and they scout how many players there are, they quickly rotate just the amount of right players in the perfect spots as well, and they constantly adapt to that. And the CTs always can beat the Ts with the punch, whereas on some maps it's not necessarily like that. Especially, for example, on a map like Dust 2, let's say, where it's very easy to cut off the rotation by just let's say smoking CT spawn, for example. Like that, you can see how like that causes so much havoc for the CTs there on the rotation. So I think that's one of the big issues with it. So we'll have to see. I don't know, James. I think it's just going to stay as it is. I hope they remove Cobble, because if you were to try to fix Cobble, right? He's just not paying attention at all. It's just like clicking buttons and stuff. I'm not going to talk anymore.
You're talking about Cobble. Please.
No, you just ignore me.
Okay, how many followers do we have? Do we have 300,000 yet? Somebody tell me.
Anyway, I'll just finish the point really quick. The point is that if they change the map to make it better, it just wouldn't be Cobble anymore. So they might as well just put it in a new map. Is my point.
Absolutely. I think Cobble.
I want put in Tuscan.
I want to say
fix Tuscan. Put Tuscan in.
They just released the developer just released an update of that map.
Tuscan.
Recently.
Oh, really?
But I feel like it's not an updated map. It's an update of the map. We need to switch to the game here because I think we're about to resume. But I feel like he's released it because of the timing with the whole cobblestone hate, as opposed to I've just got an update to release because there's still more work to do.
Yeah.
It is a pistol round in the second half now. That team 5 rounds up here as they start on the T side. That is a good start. You should see a bomb plant in shortly from Bondi. So no one lost yet for that team. Only one person down for Titan.
Yeah, they do have a kill Maniac. So problem is though is that they're all coming from the same side. They can't. There's essentially 2 avenues of attack that they aren't using of the 4 right now. So this is going to be very hard. They're all going to funnel in. All the attention from dAt is on this one choke point where all the players are coming from. Of course they're going to get gunned down. That was not good at all. I can't help but feel like at least two of them should have split off to like try to go from vents or something.
Bondik had untouched armor, so he got the helmet for $350, which can be the edge he needed. Okay, we have 298,000.6 guys. 1,500 followers away from raffling a Cyrex to everyone after this game or match, should it only go 2-0. Back to the match though. Maniac looking to safely smoke. However, Bondik's aggressive position there, not giving a damn about the site, is going to open up the A site for the team. Again, that is a really brave... I'm not sure if a teammate was covering him from the kind of door quad area on A site, but Maniac taken by surprise there. You can see the sheer shock on his face from his emoticons. There is a flank. What is there? Let's see.
Well, in this spot, they just want to keep their guns alive because they have to eco twice anyway, so they might just keep themselves alive at the moment with what they have and see what damage they can do in the following round. And if they try to hunt them, just have good setups to force some frags. And there you go, almost a frag there. 1 HP. Oh, there you go. The bomb will finish him off, and that's nice. That's something. It's going to force 1 rebuy there. In fact, Simple actually needs someone to drop him because he's got such low money, and that's actually going to be the case here. So, all right, so 12-5. And with that kind of a start, that team could very well close this out quite easily, especially if Titan never get their money rolling. Right now, Titan, they've got loads of options. You can see they're picking a bit of a stack right now, which is really nice. Because, of course, if the opponents don't go that way, then they can just try to like fan out and try to get some exit kills and see what they can get done in that sense.
Very nice pop flash there from Markelov, just in case there was an early push through door from the CTs. That was a picture perfect pop flash off the floor. You see Happy does a similar thing, but he bounces it off those bricks that you are seeing just there. Maniac in an aggressive position, however, in a main. Maniac in main. See what I did there? Great. So, no T is going to be approaching his position. No, so we have Maniac holding A on his own. In the meantime, we have the remaining CTs, brothers in arms, towards the A
in
site.
Mist. And then,
well, yeah, what is
mist? Mist has hit the B bomb site. Yeah, just fog. The conditions have suddenly become very foggy on Cash.
Yeah. There's a blizzard on the way.
I should become a weatherman. That'd be awesome. Here we go. Simple, really nice position there on the outer catwalk, and his teammates figure everything out right now. They scout out the map. They spotted the single player over towards A. They know what's going on, and this is the dynamic that you're dealing with. Now we're going to go into like phase 2 of Titan's plan. Okay, they didn't run into the stacks. What do we do now? Well, let's try to catch some exit kills, get some damage in right now, because they're going to be able to buy on the next round. So saving what they have at the moment is less important than actually getting some economic damage into their opponents, and then having them potentially closer to an eco if Titan do start winning rounds. And the problem is as well, Titan being so far behind, there is a school of thought whereby you want to try to like buy as soon as you possibly can, insofar as being able to have a rifle, basically. So instead of, let's say, having saving and then being able to buy that AWP and all the nades, you all have like Famuses and nades, for example, and just being able to play those setups better, because then you give yourselves more chance to win rounds. And then you can see 13-5. You just need to start winning rounds. Like you can't like save for the perfect buys all the time. You don't have that option anymore. So you just got to get yourself in there. And we're going to see a nice buy coming in from Titan. No AWPs though, and that is of course a big loss for them. You really want Kenny S on that AWP. But they're going to be pushing B storage right now, see what they can get done. And Apex will actually pick up the kill on World at it. It's good work from him. Oh, wow, turns around, gets the cons to Simple. He just has to get out of here safely now. Needs his teammates really badly to support him. He goes in again, gets another kill without even a reload. Apex with 3 frags already.
Topping the leaderboard once again for Titan.
This guy is turning into a massive carry bag.
Hopefully not one with holes.
Bondik is in connected there, and might be able to catch somebody off guard. But so far, this looks pretty good for Titan. And if they can claim some weapons here, or just not die with anybody, yeah, they can. They can actually just get that open Kenny S really fast, and that's going to change things very much for them.
Yeah,
of course,
they could entirely string a number of rounds together. However, we have to remember that World Edit and Simple are both on the same team, and they are on the opposing team to Kenny S. So as much as Kenny S can get an AWP, with these amount of rounds as a buffer to dAt, they could have AWPs straight back at him. And then who knows who wins that duel?
Who knows? I know.
Who?
Kenny S.
Really?
Yes.
He's just the ultimate. He's like the Brave Star of Counter-Strike. Do you know Brave Star?
No. Yes, yeah, I do actually. That's really old, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's really, really old. Pretty older than me, I imagine. But here we go. Markov going to make his way in, get swiftly taken down by Apex, who manages to get his 4th kill of the round.
Goes for the cheeky reload.
So really good stuff from Apex there. And
cheeky reload.
And if they were able to get the open hands of KNES, they are this time. Okay, so last round, they basically didn't want to sit back with rifles and play these defensive setups when that have kind of had an advantage in the picking game. So they tried to push an area to try to get some easy frags, and now 2 orbs in reaction.
That's you, mate. This is trouble.
That is a whole lot of trouble.
Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do?
Where's KNES right now? What is he?
When the double open at you.
Show me KNES.
Well, there he is.
You got the pick on Squeaky.
Well, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna shoot him in the face.
Got to speed up. Here we go. KNES repositioning himself towards middle right now. That is 1 AWP down of 2. Simple. Definitely dangerous, but what are they also quite dangerous. That's still working on some map control, some picks as well. They've pretty much given up B storage at this point. As you can see, Bonic is very far back at the moment. And so the best options for them really is to take middle at this point, because they don't really have A main, they don't have B storage. So if they take middle at least, they can send one guy to B storage or A main and try to hope for the best in that sense. And yeah, it looks like they are gearing up for a middle play. This would be really nice right now. They'll get a lot of options out of this. So here they go.
Apex, though, in the sandbag area, is going to get the jump on World Edit, who's looking all over the place for the frag, and that's going to be the both AWPers down as the first 2 frags here for Titan. They could not have asked for 2 more perfect frags to start off this round.
And Markov's really key here. Markov can do 2 things. He can either keep Maniac on that site, or he can allow his teammates to push short and then try to like get the frags whilst they're distracted, or use his grenades to try to add to the distraction or add to cover.
This is the boost I was talking about down off camera. Normally you see a boost over here, but they stack up
That's really nice.
like that. Very unexpected.
And it looks like they smoked off Markov too, so they made him pretty useless there. So that was very well done in the end there by Titan. And that is 13-7 at the moment, and it looks like Maniac's calling for a pause, but we can already see how the gameplay is changing for Titan. Now they got the AWP in the hands of KNES. And now that Apex is starting to get his form going again. I imagine he's fragging quite well at the moment. Yeah, he's doing a pretty good job. So, how do you feel about this match right now? How do you feel about Titan's chances to come back in this? Because they're actually forcing the eco here from that team. That team can have a really strong buy afterwards, but they're going to force the eco, so they should be on 8-13. Do you think they can keep the string of rounds going?
There are 2 issues here. The first one is that team are only 3 rounds away from victory here. Second issue is that team have no money, and Titan are building a significant bank, which means that 2 things. If that team lose rounds, they need to kill Titan players. They need to, even if they're losing rounds, they need to make it expensive for Titan, because if they just continuously lose rounds and Titan continuously build bank, then it's going to be extremely hard. And basically every round that goes by where Titan survive with 3-4 players or more, it's going to be less, and the chance of that winning on the T side is going to be less and less likely. Especially, you know, KNES being KNES and Apex playing out of his damn mind. So the big factor really is the CT economy here. If they cannot stop the growth of these numbers, then they cannot win. It's as simple as that.
Big words, James. Big words. I think it's all about KNES.
I don't think it's the case with this lineup.
No, I'm just saying.
I know
because
I know you're trolling, but these people are going to believe everything that comes out of your mouth. Dan.
Oh no! Don't do that, please. All right, I was joking. All right, as we said, it is the pistol buy here for that, but you can see that they got just a few nades, and here's a pop flash. Here's some smokes to cover their approach, and oh wow, that's a snap and a half there from Blade onto Maniac. He goes down super fast. Simple with a quick pickup of the M4, might just be able to get some damage done. And he gets taken out. Apex coming in, jumping with the M4, pulls out the USP. In comes more frags from Apex. This man is a machine, unstoppable.
I don't understand what just happened. I do not understand. Okay, we saw, I think it was Simple. Simple got, was it Blade who got that frag and picked up the gun? Whoever it was, they ran past here, they saw someone shoot at them, and they hid here with the rifle. Meanwhile, their player tries to plant here.
It's simple. It's
tries to plant here.
It's simple because
they know as a team that there's a CT right here, and he's trying to plant there with no cover.
It's Simple had the rifle and he had 20 HP. I think that's why he was hiding and baiting his teammates.
Yeah, that was really, really, really bad. Because if he doesn't try and plant in that situation, they have a good chance of A, getting the plant, B, maybe even winning the round. That was pretty bad.
Also, as far as the M4 versus bomb plant money goes, bomb gives you 4k for your team, and the M4 only is what, 3100 now, so it's bad on all counts, almost. Alright, either way, we're going to see the boost here to check over into B storage just to see if anything is going on here. You actually do see people make frags like this sometimes, which is actually always blows my mind because it's such an obscure angle.
The thing is, there are other boosts. Existence boosts RPK, and Existence holds an angle to the second entrance from checkers, while RPK holds an angle on the first. It's beautiful, really it is. So even if you come through vents, you don't get a free entry onto the site.
Maniac with the peak there, though. They have been hearing a lot of traffic there towards the A site. That team can still hold back right now. They're 4-4, so it does play to their favor. However, they're running out of time. Again, Marco's in a great position. He does actually pick up the kill very quickly. That's going to hit the rush now for that team. They know they got to go off the back of that. And Kenny S is by quad. This is what he does on this map. But instantly taken down by Welder, none other than, as he is going to be able to make sure that his team now has a great chance.
This is a huge round. This is a huge round.
Look
at the money on the CT side. They're going to have nothing left after this round.
RPK still alive and kicking though, and he's going to try to do his best to get some damage done, but realizing, I suppose, that saving the weapon is going to be much more valuable here. And yeah, they can buy, I guess, but
well, look, they're saving one gun. Apex has $250. Maniac may be able to buy. So with RPK saving one gun, they should be dandy, even with an AWP as well. But if RPK went down as well, that would have been a catastrophic round.
Yeah, absolutely. So I like what I'm seeing from RPK so far. It's the first time I'm seeing him play.
Wow.
In this new tight lineup.
We have Duziem AWP.
And a scout on RPK.
And a scout.
Oh no, where did the scout go? I swear I saw a scout.
I did see a scout, there it is.
Yeah,
Maniac. Mr. Maniac playing with the scout. Of course, they're going to put an M4 on Apex. This man has 22 kills. He is topping the leaderboard across both teams right now. And they're still 6 rounds behind.
You can see they're playing this setup where they can allow Kenny S to be at the back of the A bomb site. This is like how it works. Because he's there, they can say, well, you know what, we have Kenny S on A. We don't need another guy there right now. We're going to trust Kenny S. We're going to put more presence in middle so that we can more effectively stop middle takes. We can more effectively gather information, and we can more effectively respond quickly and rotate fast to the active threats on the map. All because Kenny S can lock down the A bomb site with the AWP. However, smokes like that definitely make his life a little bit more difficult, but he will reposition and see what he can get. So he's found an angle there. But can he use it? This is what Kenny S is going to be about here for his team. He's got to pull out something here. He does get one frag onto Blade. He's going to be looking for more, though. He needs more damage. Misses the second shot. Things are going to get worse and worse the closer they get. They're going to be going over the top of the red container. This could get really awkward really fast now for Kenny S. Gets another shot. So crucial there. And now Existence comes in. His teammates are there. He's done enough to slow them down as Markov gets taken out. And well did it against 3 players. They're quite low, though. So Wonder has every chance to do this. There it is. Gets 2 quick frags. There's one more. The bomb is planted as well. It's all on Maniac. He's holding a scout right now. There is an AWP to switch up for.
If he grabs it, though, they know where he is.
He's going to try to go in with the flash. This is really smart there. There's the flash from the left side, but Welder is looking the right way, and Maniac gets taken down. It's a really huge free K there for Welder to save the round, put them onto match point, and bring us very close to nuke as a decider. And that are actually, well, with their last lineup, they were a really good nuke team, actually.
Did we get a bit of GoTV lag there? Suddenly into 20 seconds. Okay, guys, we are 7. It looks like we're going to a third map. We are 700 followers away. 700 followers away from a massive giveaway following this map. So definitely follow the channel, guys. We need to hit 300. Then we're going to go nuts. Existence, you can see he's nervous. The time is against them. They are up against a lot of match points right now. They cannot afford to lose anything. Maniac kind of gets shot through the box. They're going to be really nervous right now. They've lost a player as well. Kenny S and Maniac, both heavily damaged. Only 2 rifles on the 4 remaining players here for the Titan side. But this is a massive flank here from Maniac. He's seen the bomb as well. That's massive information. He's going to look and see what else he can find. Going to find 2 players. Could change the round for his team. That's almost 2 kills of 1 shot. That's the bomb in their control. And a man advantage. And an extra rifle as well. They could have just been saved.
Gonna take more than that though. He's got not much left now on his side to rely upon. We got RPK in existence now. Simple gonna make his way around swiftly to that bomb plant. Gets a nice spray down, does Markloff onto existence. Now it's all an RPK, the new addition, the old legend, the Source professional. Looking for a quick frag, but he gets nothing. And there you go, 16-8. That means we're going to move to a third and final map here on SLTV, or rather Star Series 12, between these two teams. If dAt were able to find a way to take down Titan on Nuke, that would be certainly huge. Not just to win against them on Nuke, but also to win the series. But again, past iterations of dAt we're getting really good on Nuke, actually. There's a really good Nuke game.
Simple especially was absolutely insane. As for individual play on Nuke on the CT side, he was absolutely crazy for Hellraisers. He gets huge frags.
Yep.
And with this new lineup as well, who knows what can happen. Again, it's really good that they started on the CT side there. They exploited it. They made it count. And Nuke is the next map. And once again, guys, we are very close to 300,000 followers. If you can make it 300,000 before we hit the break. By the way, we could even do a bonus raffle here, actually. But maybe we'll do that afterwards. But for now, follow the channel. If we have 300k, we'll do the general giveaway straight away and a sub giveaway afterwards, guys. Again, it is a Cyrex for everyone and a Glock Fade for subscribers. See you after the break.